Okay, I think I am live now. Finally. Let me. There we go. And I don't like that it's going in and out like that. Let me see. Um, if anybody is watching, let me know if you can hear me and if I'm not buffering or like freezing, because I can see myself freezing and I don't like it. It's very slow. Why is it so slow? Let me see. Let me see. Shrink this down. If I can. Give me a sec, everybody. Oh, hello, my friend. I can hear you, and it's a tad bit buffering. Yeah. Um, I think I might one of these days resort to just getting like a filter thing where you can just see the icon, and instead of that way, it won't look so buffery. Because I this is my first time doing a live stream where I had to where I scheduled one. Oh, and thank you for coming, Jessica. It's good to see you. If y'all hear anything, it's my parents. This mic picks up everything, so or maybe it's just me hearing it. Um, let me see. Yeah, and then this is my first time checking to actually see the YouTube feed. So it's getting better, the buffering is, and it's good to see you too. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. It's 20 minutes. It's probably less than 20 minutes now, but 20 minutes available to only subscribers. Hello from H-Town, Houston. Hey, did you try the lemon for your voice? Yes, I did. I did, Deborah. I tried the lemon, and it worked. I need to keep doing it. Uh, I tried the tea. Uh, my aunt makes like this chamomile mix tea, and I've been trying it, and it's not bad. And I've been like getting lemon, adding lemon to my drinks and stuff. How are you feeling, by the way? Um, this week has been stressful, or at least last week was stressful. This week I was trying to take a break from YouTube because of how stressful uh, I am feeling. A lot of things that I want. This is why I wanted to have a live stream, is to talk to you guys about like some, I guess, ideas. Um, that have been bouncing in my head, and maybe you guys can give your input on content, because I want to do content that you guys, I know you guys enjoy my content. I want to do content that you guys would actually be interested in seeing as well, not just like what I've been doing. And yeah, that's understandable. I hope the stress is better. Yeah, it's I don't feel as stressed today. I don't feel stressed today. And I think it's because now I'm talking to you. I've been stressed all week. I could not sleep. This was supposed to be my week off from YouTube, and I could not sleep. Some of y'all might know I have problems sleeping. So I'm not good at I don't know how to rest. I don't know how to relax. I don't know how to take breaks. I don't know how to do I'm not good at that. When I take a vacation, I feel like I'm committing a crime because I should be spending my time doing something useful. And instead of like, I guess, appreciating the time that I'm spending on a vacation and realizing that that is me spending my time usefully, I I feel like I feel like I'm I guess I don't mean to say it like this, but it feels like I'm wasting time being on vacation. But that just goes to show how much I don't go on vacation. My family doesn't go on vacation that much, so it's not so much just a personal me thing. The family, we are workaholic people, and um, my mom is the only one that actually. My mom and my sister are the only ones that are actually like, "Hey, let's go on vacation. We all need a break." Yes, I walk a lot. I haven't walked a lot lately because of how hot it's been, but because the weather started cooling down, I'm gonna start taking my walks again. And yes, walking does a heck of a lot for me. Yeah, I get that. Like your brain is going 100 miles. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Hi, Aves. Gina. Hello, Gina. Hi, Aves just had a week away. Yes, that's good. You had a week away, and I had a week away from YouTube. Um, yeah, I think I've hit a drought in, like, I felt unmotivated for not the first time. I used to walk a lot too. Now I have. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. I know it's like complications when you get older, and it's harder to do things that you used to do with ease at one point in your life. So I can't imagine how that feels because I'm not at that age yet. But I can tell you, and Gina, you're older than my parents, but my parents are in their 50s, mid 50s to late 50s. My dad will be turning 60 in, like, I don't know, 4 years. So they, trust me, they know. My mom, she started getting on the treadmill because she was like, I don't want to be one of those couch potato grandmas. So she started going on the treadmill and doing a bunch of exercise and stuff. She's going ham. So I was like, okay, mom. Um, and I'm an exercise. I'm an exercising person too. So I'm trying to keep myself in some kind of shape so that I don't fall into like bad habits and stuff. Kylie, hello, bro. Hello. Good to see you. I feel like a couch potato. Aw, well, it's something that I've seen happen with age. So, but one thing I will say that I envy couch potatoes with is that at least they know how to rest. Happy to see you. Been a long time. I know, I know. It's good to see you too. Good to see you too. It's been a long time. Actually, uh, I met Kylie. Kate, I can never say your name right, and I apologize. I've met Kylie uh, years ago. I'm 69. Will be 70 in November. I have to keep. Mm, mm, Deborah. Yeah, yeah. Hey, and that right there. That is good. My mom is like on the same warpath to get her figure back. She's like, listen, I know that I probably won't be the weight that I want to be, but the weight that I am is just like unacceptable. And she's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Never mind. Never mind. I'll look forward to post two. Mm, yep, I understand. I bet they didn't. My mom, my mom and my dad only have one grandchild so far because my oldest brother, that music's kind of loud. Y'all let me know if the music's too loud too. I can hear everything in this mic, but y'all let me know. It's not distracting me. I'm just, but yeah, my parents have one grandchild so far. My older brother, I don't know if I told y'all this. My older brother is married to a Japanese woman, and they have a beautiful mixed daughter and my niece, and she is very much like my older brother. Like she's a clown. She's a clown. I didn't know how much of a clown she was until they came to visit. And I was like, okay, because they visited the first time they visited with Jasmine, which is my niece. Jazzy didn't talk because she was like toddler baby. She did not talk. But when they came the second time, she started talking, and I was just like, wow, oh God. And she was a lot heavier to hold this time around because when kids get older, I understand why parents don't want to hold their kids after a certain age. Totally understand now. My arm was sore. My arm was so sore. And then when they start falling asleep, all their weight drops on you, and it's just like I understand. I know how she feels. I only am hearing you. Oh, did the picture's acting stupid again? I'm telling y'all, I do not like the buffer. I don't know why my life. I don't even know my live streams buffered like this. It's terrible. Terrible. Mine is gorgeous but stubborn like her mom. Mm, yeah. Mm, yep. I. Some kids, when they get older, they just get chatty. They just get chatty. Jasmine is the same way. Chatty. She wants to tell me an entire story at 9 a.m. in the morning while I'm trying to relax. She tells me a whole story. Um, but yeah. So to tell you guys what's been going on. Oh, is this your first live program, or did I miss? This is my sixth, probably. This is my sixth live. Are we going to chat about Taemin and Keys teasing Minho? I get a lot of flack on Twitter for Um, yeah, we can because I did hear about it, and personally, I don't think that it was a problem. Netizens, they tend to react a little bit worse than how, like, the members have been around each other for 15 years, give or take, more like give, because I don't know if 15 years counts their pre-debut and trainee days, but they've been together for a long time. So I'm sure that Minho's used to this and he's not offended, but uh, you know, especially like US fans got angry because Koreans are like that with beauty standards and stuff. So they thought it was a beauty standard issue. Um, my grandchildren are adults, except for one in high school, and my great grandson is in middle school. Spoiled. You've spoiled the last two rotten. So wait, let me see. My grandson. Okay, so you have. Okay, so you have. Wait, so you have four grandchildren, and two of them are like older, but the last two are the younger ones, and you spoiled them. You didn't spoil the first two. Agree. I can think of another subject more. Yeah, yeah. I looked into. Sorry, I didn't mean to cough on the mic, but I looked into the whole Tame and Key making fun of Minho thing, his skin tone. I don't really see a problem with it. I don't personally. I don't see a problem. I know why they apologize because of the backlash from netizens. You know how that goes. Um, yes, I got a lot of bitchy remarks. Apparently, racism. Yeah, racism rules. Um, I like Gina. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. A lot of people in the U.S. are like, because here's the thing. Let me see if I can say this coherently. There are people in the U.S. who are K-pop fans who know of the colorism beauty standard stuff and hyper focus on certain things like that, so that every time a K-pop idol says something remotely about someone's skin color or even like their weight, um, it gets hyper focused on by U.S. netizens or international netizens, to the point where they deem everybody that says something about skin color as being a colorist or something like that. I don't think that's the case for Shiny. They've been around each other for so long. I don't think that's the problem. Um, I don't think that's the problem. And I want to give some of these netizens a bit of a doubt. I think they know it's not a problem either, but they're making a big fuss about it because it was even brought up. Oh yeah, and that's another thing about weight in K-pop. Um, something that I want to put on a video, but I'll say it here, is that there's a lot of talk about how people think that if you're concerned about somebody's weight, that's also being fat phobic. This generation, I don't understand their thought process. As a '90s kid growing up, I've never heard such weird drivel in my life. If I show concern for my mother's weight gain, it's not it's not solely because of the weight gain. It's because of the health issues that come with the weight gain. This whole being overweight is healthy narrative that's being pushed in body positivity culture is a lie. It's a lie. And body positivity was created by people who feel insecure about their weight. And it, I, I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. I used to try to find like the good in body positivity. Now I don't. The only body positivity I believe in is loving yourself enough to try to change uh, certain habits for the betterment of yourself and people around you who love you. And I don't believe in completely loving yourself. I don't love myself completely. Guess what? That's fine. I have my whole lifetime to get to know myself. And even after I leave this world, I will still never know everything about myself because humans are very complex creatures. So you're never going to know everything about yourself in this life. Just like period. That's why when people say, "Well, I'm just gonna date when I'm ready, or I'm gonna find the woman of my dreams or the man of my dreams when I'm ready, and when I know myself enough," you'll never know yourself enough. And waiting for a certain period of time in your life uh, to get yourself together for someone. That is, I mean, I believe in that. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm not where I want to be in life, so why would I go around trying to find love when I'm not where I want to be? Well, but I will say this: a lot of people have this unrealistic thought process of I have financial expectation. I need to wait until I get financially stable. In you have no idea how long that's going to take. And even if you mathematically put it together in your brain, how long it'll take, are you really willing to wait that long, like to get into a relationship? I kind of veered off topic. I know we were talking about something else, body positivity topic, but that's just my thought process on that bit. Let me read you guys' comments. I know y'all said some stuff. Um, glad you don't. We are on the same page. Agree. Wait with all these. Yes. Wait, let me count. Ah, it up. Yeah, right. And so I have a total of five. Ooh, five grandchildren. Really? I think those K-pop fans to let it get. Wait. Let me go back. I think those K-pop fans to let it go. Yes, yes, I believe they should let it go. It didn't bother me with what he said because they're friends. Like, yes, exactly. True, I agree with you. Uh, uh, Being too thin or overweight can affect your health. Exactly. Uh, that is the only time I will mention it to a family member. Yes, yes, exactly. Being too thin, because like people hyper focus on bigness, but what about the opposite? Like to the point where you're anorexic. That's a problem too. Um, it honestly, eating disorder is not just I choose not to eat because I have like I have like this eating disorder, so I don't eat a lot, and so that's why I look the way I look. Eating disorder can also be the opposite with like people that can't stop eating fattening foods because fattening foods is like an addiction, just like drugs. There's something there in fattening foods. Is this a core ingredient of that stuff that makes people come back for more and more and more and more and more. And if you don't stop eating that stuff, it does become an addiction and it becomes an eating disorder in in that sense that you're eating too much, consuming too much, and health problems follow suit. Whereas the flip side, anorexia, you eat and you don't consume anything barely, and it's anorexia is just there's a YouTuber, I can't remember her name. Everybody's been talking about it because she's anorexic, and uh, it's very heartbreaking to see her look like that and to shy away from eating. Um, it oh, it's I almost got emotional watching the video. Some of the video, somebody was commentating on it. Someone who dealt with anorexia in their life was commentating, and it was breaking my heart to see their heart broken because of her, and watching her talk about and like listen to her talk about the video and talking about her. It's not a yeah, no. Um, and when I was severely depressed, I did not eat, uh, barely at all. So I was very, very thin too. So I understand, not to that extent, but to the extent where depression had me to the point where I wasn't barely eating at all. I was rejecting everything. I think the only thing I ate was crackers for months, actually, almost for an entire year and a half. I ate barely nothing. So I understand to a degree, because I was just, but I realized that I was, it wasn't a delusional thing. I realized that I was not in a good headspace. Um, uh, I think it's attention seeking to keep the racism issue going. Yeah. Uh, Agree on weight issue. Now I have it myself, um, but I'm concerned as much with those. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. If you love yourself. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Fear brings unhappiness. Uh, Being healthy and fit is misunderstood as only people thin or fit. Yeah. Yeah. People have a misconception about thin people being healthy. It's not true. And I know people be like, listen, but don't speak on other people's weight. Don't speak on other people's weight. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do it. Becoming very sensitive. That's it's a whole nother story, but it just speaks to the sensitivity of today's time. Like you can't talk about anything. Like even YouTube will censor certain things that you say, certain topics you just can't go into. I don't even know if I can go into this topic, or not. We'll find out after the live stream's over. Uh, but it's sad. It is sad. Um, but what can you do? Um, let's see. I read that one already. Um, it's okay. Relationships and financial security necessary. Yes, they are necessary. Um, but I think a lot of times we the problem that I've seen is that people place financial security on a higher pedestal than they should. Not that it isn't a big priority. It is. A woman wants to feel financially secure, like this man is going to take care of me if crap hits the fan, and you know worst comes to worst, I need to know this man's got me. And yeah, that is important. Um, but like everybody waiting until and it depends on where you are financially, at present. If you are in a good place, then and you can see yourself financially in a better place 5 years from now, and you're not that old of which it doesn't really matter for guys, I guess, that but for women it is. um it can become, I'll say, a more pressing issue with regards to age. Um, but I'm not on that high value man crap. Okay, I don't adhere to that stuff, high value man stuff, because listen, I don't think I'm ever gonna fit the that high value man thing, because they say that in order to be a high value man, you're probably not gonna see like your finances increase until you're at your 40s. I'm I'm almost there. I'm in my 30s, early 30s. I don't have that long till 40. I'm not gonna be a high value man, but I am going to be a high value man in regards to character. And if my character says that I am responsible with money, I think that is the contributing factor to being a high value man. Not financially, but if I master my money, then I don't have to. Oh, I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. It takes some time to get. I'm so backed up probably in comments. So give me some time, guys. It takes some time to get to know yourself. I really enjoy. Yes. Okay. Uh, that's an interesting take. Yeah. And then as you grow, you start to love yourself more. Yeah. The older you get, the more you start to love yourself, which is very interesting. Although people in my family have said that I have not aged. I'm the only sibling that looks relatively young, and I'm the second oldest out of four. Interesting. It's very interesting. But you know what? I don't know. That's weird. It is weird. Maybe I'm a vampire and I don't know it. Maybe I'm a vampire. Um, let me see. Where am I with comments? Uh, yes, in the U.S. Corn oil, isn't it? Corn oil. I think yes. I think that is what it is. It's corn oil. Is the addictive ingredient. Corn oil. It's been a while since I've actually looked at that. Uh, what's this? I know someone who was bipolar, either starving because no money or shoving it so fast it was coming out again. Okay, if you bought us something. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Um, Deborah says, I call depression an extended funk. that's what I use. Uh, that's what I. That's what I used to tell my clients, and we worked on to eliminate things in their minds and life to work. I've never heard of it that way, Deborah. That's an interesting take. An extended funk, huh? I mean, I've had like mild depression where it does feel like an extended funk, but then I've had the very severe depression where I uh, fell into bad habits, very life threatening habits, um, hitherto undreamt, especially for me that I would ever dabble into something like that. But it also became an addiction. So, uh, um, bless you, girls need to have a job career as well. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Like, hey, there's a lot of people that have a problem with boss ladies. I don't have a problem with a woman being ambitious and wanting to branch out and start their own career. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. I think the problem I have is how society depicts strong women as like being masculine, and how they want men to like switch roles with women and have the man be the woman and the woman be the man. We want men to be more in touch with their feelings, this, that, and the other, and men are just not built that way. In the way that women want them to be in touch with their feelings now, men are not designed that way. So it's impossible for a man to do that. I'm more of a sensitive kind of guy, but I'm not going to be crying every day of my life. I'm not the type that cry like I cry about every like if I was in a relationship and my girlfriend was like saw me crying all the time, I think she would think that there was something wrong with me, and it would be a very unattractive. And but it's funny because women say they want that, but then when they get that, they say, "Oh God, no, stop! I don't. That's not attractive. No." Like, would you wanted that? You wanted that, but the biggest thing I have is that um, let me read this before I. Yeah, first position. Mm, mm, it's character, integrity. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Exactly. By the grace of God, you made it. Yes, because I was this close, Deborah. I was this close. I get emotional thinking about it. I was this close. Like right before, not right before, but a little bit before I started my YouTube channel. I was so close to the edge. Like I was one day I'll share my complete story because I've never shared it. Um it was a nightmare, but I don't even know. I might have actually talked about it at length at some point in a live stream about my college ventures. I'm glad you're in a better place, Aves. Talking is good. Apologies need to go. Charge. Bye, Gina. Thank you for coming. Oh yeah, good news, guys. I I I don't know if you guys noticed. I actually unlocked my. I didn't know it was something you had to unlock, but if you get enough views or whatever, you unlock the super chat thing. So um, I have the super chat thing. Listen, I'm not the type of person that like begs people for money, so don't worry about it. Only if you feel led to. That is totally up to you. Um, I'm not the kind of person that does that. I'm just not. I was actually hesitant to even activate the super chat thing because I'm just not. I've never felt comfortable about people giving me money. I don't know if it's a pride thing or what. Um, but if there was somebody that wanted to show appreciation in that way, that is the what that button is for. So, um, who if you want to, just if you want to. Uh, but yeah, take care, Gina. Thank you for coming. I think 5 people in my live stream is probably the most I've had. That's a good sign because at least I know that uh, that I'm on a good path. And we can't teach a man how to be a man. That's what women are trying to do. Yes, it's okay to cry sometimes. Yes, that doesn't show weakness. It just shows empathy. Yes, thank you. It's okay to cry sometimes, but if a man is crying, all the time. Like, I don't know if you watch, and I don't really watch it that often, but my sisters do it. Uh, Married at First Sight. There was a couple. It was a black couple, and the guy. I cannot remember these people's names to save my life. But the guy would cry all the time, all the time. Every time I saw this guy, it was always something, where he's crying. And yeah, eh, but the biggest thing that I was going to say, um, thank you, Gina. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I appreciate every time you're in my lives, really. Thank you. Highly appreciate that. Highly appreciate that. I think, I think more than any monetary anything, people's presence, what I value most. So, because at least I know that people are, you know, you know who I'm talking about, Deborah. You know exactly who I'm talking about. I, and let me be clear. Both of them were very people. Like, it was a toxic relationship. They both had very aggressive personalities that clashed so much. And so um, the fact that I can't remember if I think she said yes, that she would stay with him. But then immediately after that, I can see that my Wi-Fi looks really, really crap. I can see it. I can see it right there. I don't like that. Um, but like immediately after that, they went into all of that nonsense about, like, they start fussing, and like literally right after they got up from the chair with Pastor Cal and them, Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper. Um, it's crazy to say. And we cry all week. Can you imagine? A baby boy who never cries. That's part. Yeah, it's weird, right? And why all of a sudden? And absolutely. Y'all forgive me. My voice is like, um, it's not that bad today. But yeah, absolutely, Kylie. Absolutely. I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. Um, it is not weakness to cry for a man, and I don't believe that it's weakness for a man to cry. It doesn't make sense. But that is like how society has pressures men constantly. Men, it's almost like men don't have time to cry, don't have space to cry. And so if it when it all that's why it all comes out in like the worst way possible, in like this like pool of tears just flooding the entire room because a man has held in his emotions for so long. And then that's, you know, it happens to me all the time. You hold it in, and then that one period of the year where you just let it all out. It's not depression or anything. It's just like that's how guys get through it. Um, but then that's not all guys though. Some guys have a different outlet. Um, kind of forgot what I was talking about. I forgot what I was talking about. You get older and short-term memory loss starts to hit you bad. I've had it for a while, but it's been ever since I turned 30. I don't know. Ever since I turned 30, that short-term memory loss has been Bruce Lee kicking me. Um, oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hollywood. That was the topic I want to talk about. Hollywood. Hollywood is so freaking just disturbing. How they paint men and women. They don't know how to write women anymore. They don't know how to write men anymore. Women are like very giga chad, masculine, uh, exempt of all flaws, right? They can do anything. They don't need help from a man. They don't want help from a man. Anything like that. Any help from a man or a man saving them is apparently misogynistic. And I think that is so disgusting. I didn't grow up in that era. I grew up in the 90s. Uh, I'm not saying that every woman needs to be a damsel in distress in a movie, but the woman can kick butt, but let the man have his time to shine too. And that's my feeling about that. I don't like that idea. And that women are being written in this way and saying that this is feminism. It's not feminism. Feminism is not the demasculating of men and the masculating of women. Feminism was about equality for both sexes and how to achieve that equality. And now it's been dumbed down to um, this nonsense that we have now. They're making woman as he woman. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Deborah. It's absolutely nonsensical what they're doing. You know what? It's funny because these are things that I don't talk about in my K-pop videos. So it's nice that I can actually share these with you. So now y'all kind of can gauge where I am on like the political moral side of things, which I don't really like to dabble into politics. At least I didn't at the time, but now that I'm 30, I'm like getting into politics more so than I wanted to. I just don't like how men and women are being depicted in movies anymore. I hate it. I really hate it. It's just I don't need no man, I want no man. Blah 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 blah. Rachel Zegler, who came out talking about the Snow White thing. Oh, the Snow White's not about love or any all this stuff. And then she was talking about her co-star, who's a guy, talking about, well, maybe all of his scenes will get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. And I'm just like, really? Like, you're in a relationship with a guy. You have a boyfriend, but you don't like men. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. And I that's what I don't support a lot of Disney movies anymore. I grew up during the Hunchback of Notre Dame days, during the Pocahontas days, the original Lion King days, the Jungle Book days. Um, I grew up Page Master. I I'm old. What else? Nightmare Before Christmas. Um, I that was my. I say I'm old. I know I'm not old compared to you guys. I'm not. I know. But when I look back at all of those shows that we used to watch when I was younger, and how much time and technology has evolved, we didn't have internet back then like we do now. We didn't have cell phones back then like we do now. And so I got to see the end of an era. I was born in the end of an era, and I got to live through some of that into the new era of technology. So it's like I got a taste of what people that were born in the 80s had their entire life. I got a taste of it, and it was short-lived, but I I remember a lot. I remember a lot. Never Ending Story. I used to watch that when I was little. Didn't understand a lick of it. I never understood why the dog could fly and why he was so big and why I didn't understand any. I didn't understand any of that stuff. Um, I was a kid during. I was a kid when Merlin was a TV series special. Some young cats don't know nothing about Merlin. The guy that played Dr. Grant on Jurassic Park played Merlin in that movie, in that series. It became a movie, so they had to cut scenes out. But I was around when we were VHS tape recording the series. It was fun. It was fun because we knew we had to go somewhere. So at least we would have the tape recording of Merlin, the entire series. Ah, back in the day. My grandson is going through something in his marriage right now. And as we were talking about it, I could see that he needed to cry. So I hugged him and he began to cry afterwards. He felt better. Yeah, see? And you know what? And people would say, "Oh, he's a man. He's a grown man. You can't be crying like that. You can No, let the man cry. Let the man cry." And I appreciate you sharing that with me, Deborah. That is very this kind of thing that you're sharing with me in today's time is apparently unacceptable. I saw Ricky Smiley was talking about this, and I don't listen to Ricky Smiley morning show. I only hear it when I'm in the Uber with somebody who's listening to it. But Ricky Smiley was about this picture that Smokey Norfolk, pastor, uploaded on, I don't know if it was Instagram, Twitter, or whatever. I don't know what platform he was on, but he uploaded a picture of him hugging his son. His son was going through something, I guess, and he was comforting his son. And people sent so much backlash at Smokey for simply comforting his son. He's too old for that. That looks weird. Stuff like that. And Ricky Smiley was like, first of all, putting aside the fact that Smokey is my friend, that's his son. And his son is not, like, it doesn't matter how old my son is. There's, like, if he needs his father and his father makes himself available for him, that's a big deal. But I don't know why people think that it's a weird thing now. Like, my dad uh, doesn't see his oldest son for years because they live in Japan. He's in the Navy, so he's traveling with his wife and his daughter. When my dad sees his son for the first time in God knows how long, and they come to visit, my dad gives my brother a hug and kisses him on the cheek, kisses his forehead or kisses whatever. He doesn't kiss his lips, but he kisses him. Men can do that to their kids. Mind you, I'm 32. My older brother is like 34 because we're all 2 years apart. Who cares of how old your son is? It's your son. That sort of thing shouldn't be demonized, vilified. Um, ah, like I said, I grew up in a different time, just like you guys did, and back in those days, it was okay to do that. And yes, there were societal pressures, but societal pressures don't interfere in the home. I don't give a crap what society thinks. At home, I can be myself without society telling me that I can't do this and can't do that. Just like and a lot of people would actually hate me for bringing this up because of their views on this topic. But I don't know if you got, what does it say? Uh, that's what happens when you hit 30 and up. That's why she's out of. Yes, exactly. That's why. Wait, what? She's out of the movie? Really? Hmm. That's new. I didn't know that. Well, I mean, and it makes sense that she would be. They should just freaking cancel the whole movie. She's already created bad press around the movie as it is. You're not going to make any money. And then the writer's strike happens, and Rachel Zegler is out there. I know I veered way off topic. The writer's strike happens, and then Rachel's out there talking about, mind you, preface. The writer's strike is for actors and actresses who are not A-listers or people that have big job opportunities like Rachel Zegler has to play an iconic princess of an iconic IP, Disney, iconic story, whatever. These are for people that don't have that kind of money, don't have that kind of opportunity, and they are striking, right? They're striking the writers, they're striking the companies, they're striking all these people, they're striking. Um, and like some of the A-listers were out there to support the lower class of actors and actresses, which I appreciated. I saw who was a Matt Damon and a few other people that were out there supporting them. However, Rachel Zegler goes out there and starts talking about, if I am walking around for 18 hours in a dress of an iconic princess, I should be paid for every hour that it is streamed online. I'm like, excuse you? Excuse you? You have the job that some of those actors, actresses don't get to have, and you have the nerve to complain. This writer strike ain't even for you, boo boo. It's not even for you. And instead of coming out here and being humble and supporting the ones that don't have a chance like you do, you're out here talking about selfish stuff. And she wasn't the only one. There was some out there that were A-listers that were talking about selfish stuff, and I hated it. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was a joke. Y'all get paid. The freak are you there for to talk about yourself? You're getting paid. It's almost as tone deaf. Well, actually, no, I think that one was more tone deaf. When the pandemic happened and they did that little commercial with all the celebrities going, imagine all the people. Y'all remember that? Like, excuse me, you're in your mansion with your maids, getting fed, getting your house cleaned. You're not doing anything. You've got plenty of money and plenty of resources that you can live through the pandemic unscathed. And you're talking about, imagine all the people. Like, no, 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 no. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that to me. Um, let me see. They all started as entertainers who have now become the rule. Yeah, the rulers. Yes, yes, exactly. True that. True that, Kylie. It shows love. I tell my kids, yes, exactly. It shows love, not creepiness. It shows love. I tell my kids and grandkids that I love them, hugging them also. Back when I was growing up, that wasn't done in my family, so I do it. Yes, the strikes is a good thing. I agree. It's supposed to be a good thing. It's supposed to get, because it's supposed to, they're underpaid. A lot of these actors and actresses, and they don't have a lot of opportunity. And guess what? The one of the biggest problems with that whole lost opportunity is adding racism and racial inclusion just for racial inclusion's sake, not because it's a part of the story, but just because we want to. It's almost as if Hollywood and media in general has been stoking this fire of convincing people that they are racially discriminated against and oppressed. I had a conversation with my sister. She believes in systemic racism. I don't. Um, I believe that the people in power have been trying to um, convince us that we are in a society where there's systemic racism. Back in my grandparents and those days, yes, systemic racism definitely, absolutely. I'm not denying that we didn't have systemic racism. I'm just saying that we don't have it now because black people are not being like, I can get on YouTube and say whatever the freak I want. I mean, that's within YouTube's guidelines. And when I step outside my door, nobody's going to come and try to beat me because I'm black and I said something. Um, and that I won't get justice, right? Because that's the big thing. It's systemic when you don't get justice. And listen, I'm not saying that black people haven't gotten justice in this particular sphere, but I believe in that sense that is not it's not the system, it's just people. There are racist people. That's like yes, absolutely. But the system is not. I don't believe the system is racist because I have an opportunity just like everybody else. I'm not going to play the victim card and say, "Oh, I'm oppressed. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that." There are some white people who white families that have it just as bad as black families. Are you going to say that it's systemically racist against its own people because not every white person is rich? I just don't believe in that. Um, Let me read on. Deborah, same with Netflix not giving the K drama actors their fair share. Yes, yes, I've noticed that, and honestly, that's terrible because a lot of the reason why Netflix is actually doing mildly better than they used to is because of K dramas. K dramas, a lot of people are watching K dramas in the U.S. And I don't have the statistics, of course, the exact statistics, but a lot of people that I've talked to that are into K dramas because of BTS coming over and stuff like that. That's why they're into K dramas, or they discovered K dramas and whatever. And it's becoming a bigger deal to put K dramas on Netflix, and it's becoming a really good financial gain for Netflix. Um, but they're not getting paid as well, and I've heard that, and they should be, especially if it's a Netflix original, which I don't know how many of I don't know how many K dramas are Netflix originals. I don't know if that's a thing. But even so, I think if you're streaming a show that's not a Netflix original, if you're streaming it on that platform, those actors, actresses should be getting paid for that. And listen, I don't disagree completely with Rachel on the whole getting streamed for every hour that it's shown online or getting paid for every hour it's streamed online. There we go. I think my problem with it is the attitude she had at a time when she is financially in a better place and why she's demanding it as if it's owed to her when there's all of these other actors and actresses that don't have the same opportunity she has. And I thought that was very tone deaf of her to do in a moment where actors and actresses should be gathering in solidarity to support the lesser known actors and actresses, lesser paid actors and actresses. She goes out of her way to make it a point to highlight this is my struggle. I think I don't like that. Social media has helped expose a lot of the unfairness. Yeah, I love K dramas. There's some hot. that's that's why a lot of people watch the K dramas. To be honest, um, uh, my first K drama was Coffee Prince, and the reason why I liked it was because of the female actor, the female lead, which apparently Korea doesn't like her anymore, but because of stuff that happened after all that. But Coffee Prince was like I I loved that character. She did an amazing job. Um, but yeah, that was why I watched Coffee Prince. I watched it for her. Go In Chan. Go In Chan. Um, I feel like I talked less about my stressful week. um, but I will say this. So I I've been having a bit of a creative block. I guess you could say. And that's why I took this week to just not do any content. And I'm grateful that like the people that are subscribed to me stayed subscribed, because a lot of times when you take breaks, people start unsubscribe. Actually, somebody did unsubscribe to me. Um, what, today or yesterday? I guess because I hadn't put out any content for almost entire week. I did actually put out a reaction video Monday or Tuesday, one of those days. So it wasn't an entire week of nothing. There was a reaction video, but I took the rest of the week to just think about what better content could I give to you guys that's not about, oh, the industry is bad, oh, the industry is shady, oh, netizens are this and netizens do that, netizens need to stop, netizens this, because I feel like, and y'all correct me if y'all feel like that's not the same for you guys, but I feel like I've repeated this over and over and over again with these videos. Not all of them, not all videos are like that I've done, but the majority of them are talking about something I've already talked about over and over again, about how netizens do this, netizens do that. I think the only videos that I feel are actually helpful are ones talking about like the do-rag and stuff like that, or like why I think the N-word is an inappropriate word for anyone, and that it shouldn't just be based on the race or the color skin of the person saying it. It should be because of the word itself and what it means and what it represents in general. And then we should just not use that. I would love to do a video talking about that and um, how K-pop ties into that, because netizens, especially in the U.S., will immediately call a person racist for like mouthing the N-word. But it's like, you don't know, that person probably mouths the N-word every time they listen to the Nicki Minaj song. It's not because they're racist. It's because the word is in there. Maybe if you take it out of the songs, they won't have to constantly dodge the word every time they listen to it. Why would y'all create that kind of problem for other people of other races, to where they have to dodge words that mean something, supposed to mean something? And that's the thing about the hypocrisy of black culture. We've deemed the N-word as part of black culture when it was a word that was used to insult our ancestors and used to call us property. And the reason why the reason why our ancestors called each other that was because that's what property calls property. Your property. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Pursuit of happiness part wasn't even supposed to be put in there. It was actually life, liberty, and something about property. The right to have property, right to possess property, which was not just housed in land, but it was also slaves. And they took that out of it because it was going to offend some people. And they said, well, let's just put pursuit of happiness. But pursuit of happiness still property. Um, yeah. So, where was I going with this? I was going somewhere with that point. I can't remember where. I was going somewhere with that. But I think my point is that I want to talk about stuff that is good in K-pop and not just talk about the drama. Is what I'm trying to say. So I want to make like maybe the top 5 vocal lineup rankings or whatever that my top 10 or whatever for dancing, singing, things like that, groups, members, things like that. And I've talked about this for a while, but the only reason why I haven't done it is because I don't want people to like unsubscribe because I'm taking too long to do something like research But what I want to do is I want to get into the history of certain groups, certain certain solo like individuals within the K-pop and K-hip hop sphere. I have wanted badly to do a history of Tiger JK and the history of like how hip hop was introduced into Korea at a time when Korea was trying to be very proper and elegant, eloquent, and sophisticated, and all this stuff. And they viewed hip hop as like uncivilized and savage, and it's not you know it's not becoming of us. We are above that. And Tiger JK was like, screw that. So they saw Tiger JK as a rebel because of what he did, but he was actually a revolutionary. Not because he invented hip hop, because he didn't, but he took something that he was passionate about that was from a whole nother culture, and black culture allowed him to adopt. I don't even want to use the word allowed. Like, it, and that goes back to my whole thing of cultures are not owned. So it wasn't really that they allowed him. So yeah, that's not what I mean. But like he had the understanding that I'm going to adopt hip hop and we're going to bring it over into Korea and show people that this is what we love to do. You can't police creativity and passion, right? And that's what he did. And I want to talk about the history of that, how that came to Korea. K-pop has introduced South Korea, its culture, and all to the world in a very short time. Yes, it has. It it's amazing because some people don't realize how short of a time it was. Because it feels like a long time has passed since K-pop was like in the public eye of the international sphere. It took a long time, but yet it feels like it was very short. Like it was not that long ago since the first generation of K-pop. It's very interesting. They did to Jungkook. There's a Korean word that almost sounds like the in yes nega the word, but it means friend. Oh not nega because I know nega means I or me. Nega is a very it sounds very close to uh, the word, but it's nega, which means I or me. Um, uh, I didn't know there was a word that was for a friend. It must be like an informal word for friend. I know uh, 친구 is a word for friend, but I don't know if that's formal or informal. I'm guessing it's not. I'm guessing it's not formal, but I don't know. There's multiple ways to say the same thing in Korea. That's probably why it's so complicated. But it means friend. So many got upset. Um, yes, I would love seeing and hearing positive. Yes, yes, because I want to give you content that is informative. I may have it wrong. I don't. You might. I mean, you might be right though. For all I know, I don't know. Like I used to study Korean, but I didn't study a lot. So you might know something I don't. Um, but then again, we might be talking about the same word, so maybe I don't know. I know that nega. I don't know. I don't know if nega is the only word that doesn't sound or that sounds like that word. I don't know. I'm not that big on the Korean language like I want to be, which is why I'm gonna try to take time to study again because I do believe that my future is to come to Korea and make content for you guys in Korea. I'm believing that. Like that is I believe that. I strongly believe that. That is my dream, is to make content in Korea. I know that's what I'm supposed to do, but we'll get there with every step, every step that I make to pursue that, this channel and you guys. So we'll get there, and I'll take you guys on the journey, and I'll try to do vlogs and stuff in Korea. That's yeah. Um, I don't know it or can't speak it. I need sometimes. But yeah, I know because I talked about that Nega. I talked about Nega, and in my do rag video, I talked about Nega in my do rag video. Yeah, because people were saying that the guy, the Korean artist, had a cowboy hat on, but underneath the cowboy hat he had a do rag. And when he said the word Nega, he took the hat off and revealed he had a do rag. And they were saying that that was him indirectly insulting black people. And I was like, bruh, if you knew what the word nega meant, you would know that what you're saying is highly speculatory. And you don't know the person personally. Actually, the guys admitted that he wears do rags on and off set, like he wears them regularly. He loves do rags, but a person who's not black, a, a non-black person's love for do rags does not equal that person's hatred for black people. And as I went over in my video, the history of the do rag began all the way in the early 1900s. And the only reason why people get so mad about it is because um, they say, well, it's tied to slavery. Technically, the actual style of the do rag that we wear today is not tied to slavery. What's tied to slavery is the fact that people used to wear head scarves. Black people don't even know their own freaking history. Head scarves, where you see like the old pictures of Mary Sue doing this, and she has the headscarf. That's what black and white women wore. Black guys didn't really wear headscarf back then. It was for mainly women who had hair that they didn't want the wind and the elements to mess up, because they would put stuff in their hair to make their hair look nice. Black women wore hair, head coverings because they were. I would assume, because I don't know exactly the reason, but I would assume it was because they were out and about. They were out there. They didn't really. They weren't in the house. They were outside doing work for slave owners and stuff. So they didn't want the wind to do all that. But yes, black people wore headscarves and all that other stuff. Yes, Kai wears them as I stated before during your discussion. Yeah, I find it. Yes, exactly. And thank you, Deborah. I think they are appreciating. And yes, I remember. I think you made a comment in my in the not in the description in the comment section of that video. I think I recall you making a comment. Yeah. Um. It's that was, yeah, insane. It's true. Yeah. It's it's an honor to see someone in K-pop where the glittery, stylish do rag. The thing is that black people don't take it that seriously. They only take it seriously when someone who's not black does it. Then they want to then they want to act like we have a patent on who can and who can't wear the do rag. You have to be a certain color. You have to look like us in order to wear what we wear and have what we have and say what we say. When the truth is, some things that we say, we shouldn't be saying at all, no matter what your skin color is. Period. And then some things that we wear, other people should have the right to wear, because That's their freaking bodies and that's their hair. Making a big deal about Asians wearing dreadlocks and all this stuff because it's black. That's our stuff. And the only reason why they get mad about it is because black people in certain spaces were not allowed in those spaces because of the hair that that they wore. But when other races wear it, it's like a double standard. They appreciate it and they like it when other races wear hairstyles that were, I guess, originally black. And so that's that. But I feel like that's seated in jealousy. Stop worrying about why white people or other people of a different ethnicity can get away with wearing your hair. Because guess what? We don't live in that time anymore. So, and that kind of ties back to my systemic racism thing. There's no such thing as colored bathrooms and white bathrooms. There's no such thing as colored water fountains and white water fountains. There's no such thing as um, us giving up our seat to white people on a bus. That's not a thing anymore. So I don't believe in that. I don't believe we have that anymore. Of course, some people would say, well, that's, yeah, but it's subliminal systemic racism. Ah, I'm not saying that people that aren't, I'm not saying that people that are in power aren't racist. There are some that are. But that's the person, not the system. And then, of course, people would argue, well, people control the system. Yeah, a mixture of people who are racist and not racist. So it's not all racist. It's not systemic. I can still go wherever I want to go at whatever time I want and be okay. Because the same thing that happens to white people happens to me. It's literally it's a way to, if you meet my family, you will think you're at the UN. Really, you guys talk about this stuff all the time, I'm sure. I'll probably end up in a debate. I just don't believe in systemic racism. I don't. I don't. I think we are free. I have the opportunity to become something great. And no white person's holding me back from that. No white person's holding me back from that. Oh, what about the educational system? Why do you explain how why blacks are like not are not passing? You know, they're not passing the graduation exam. They're not going to you know, what about that? What about that? What about I have a variety I have a variety of races and ethnicities. Oh really? Oh really? Multi a multicultural family. Wow. That would that would actually be interesting to sit with like a bunch of different races who live in America and ask them, what do you think about about this country? What do you think about your country? What do you think about America? Do you think it's systemically racist? Which is funny because black people will say that, oh, black people who believe in systemic racism, I'll put it that way, will say that this country is systemically racist. But yet they'll accept a racist handout called affirmative action that allows black people who are not eligible for certain colleges to get into colleges just because they're black. Crazy. Crazy. I mean, really think about that. That's very, very hypocritical. This is a systemic racist country. But guess what? Without affirmative action, black people don't stand a chance. Blah blah blah. And you're happy about affirmative action. You're happy that you have that handout. It's a race-based quota, absolutely. And you're happy about it. But at the same time, you want to talk out of your whatever that this country is systemically racist. And yet they're catering to you. Affirmative action is black privilege. We have a serious, let me see if I'm reading this right. We have a serious cased system still exists here. But I am a mixture of different. Ah, it's funny to see those people who still hold on to that. Yeah, exactly. We needed it back in the day. Yes, yes, exactly. We thank you, Deborah. We needed it back in the day because we were still going through um, a lot of issues as a black society, as black people who were not seen as equals. Absolutely, we needed it back in the day, but not now. Like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is for everybody now. It's not just for. Funny because me and both my brothers were talking about this. Um, Unrelated but kind of related. The whole kneeling, the football people kneeling to the national anthem, national anthem, as a sign of like rejecting the national anthem because of what it stands for as far as racism is concerned. I used to think it was a noble effort, and wow, they're so brave for kneeling. I don't think that anymore. I don't think that anymore. I don't. I think it's absolutely ridiculous to do that. Because it again. It is a mentality that we have been force fed in school, um, all of these different things. Grandma, grandpa, whatever, possibly. We've been force fed this stuff that we are oppressed people, and so we start to behave that, take on that mentality, and convince ourselves that we are. And that's where the whole kneeling came from, victim mentality, because of my skin color. The person who's kneeling is making it more about race than anybody else. Uh, my mom, my mom's parents are from. Am I saying that right? Different caste. I hope I'm saying that right. Different caste. Is that it? And my parents are from different caste, and my husband. So my son. Oh wow, yeah, super hybrid. Super hybrid. Everyone's from different. That's amazing. I could only imagine. Wow. Wow. I was supposed to have a I said I was gonna do this last live stream. I said I was gonna do it. This live stream was supposed to have like topic thing, but it didn't. So I just came on because I've been stressed. Like I said, I've been stressed out with thinking of ways I can kind of make more productive content instead of constantly talking about Oh, the industry's this, the industry's that, the industry's bad. Industry bad. I think I've said industry bad 15,000 times. I think I've said netizens doing this toxic, toxic, toxic. I'm so sick of the word toxic now. It's not even funny. I've talked about it to death. I think everybody at this point gets the message. Netizens can be toxic. The industry is terrible. Like I said, there are certain educational things within that I would definitely like to make videos about, like the do-rag thing that I did. But like, I can't keep doing the netizens of this, netizens that, netizens this, netizens that. I think the Bongchan thing was probably like the pinnacle of that. No problem with it. I enjoyed making videos. That's the thing. I enjoy making those videos to give my take. But at the same time, I don't. It just, things need to change. I think if the only positive content that I have is reaction videos, then things need to change a little bit. And it's not the only content that I have that's reaction videos. It's not the only positive content. I've made content talking about good things, but the content that where I talk about like the industry and netizens, that outweighs all of the conversational K-pop topics where I've talked about good things. It outweighs it significantly so. I really need to change somewhat of the trajectory of my channel and what, because at the end of the day, what I want this channel to be is a positive channel where people can come to and find inspiration. It's not it reactions, K-pop, and inspiration. It's not very inspiring to constantly talk about the industry sucks, the industry's bad, netizens are this, netizens are that. We've talked about it already. It's not inspiring. I want to inspire people, and with my knowledge of K-pop and doing good research and talking to you guys about the history, and then branching off doing K-pop topics and J-pop topics, because J-pop is my first love, y'all know. J-pop was my first ever love. Hikaru Utada, Nami Omuro. I kept saying Omura. I've been saying her last name, her surname wrong. It's Omuro. Amuro. Yeah. Nami Omuro. Um, Gact, Lalarkin Shield. I've talked about. I've named them before. Homemade Kazaku, Inflow. Oh my gosh, there's so many. There's so many. I love J-pop stuff back in the day. That was my safe place when I was a kid. Was anime and J-pop and games. Mainly games from Japan, because games from Japan had sort of depth to them that American games did not. All sorts of Japanese media I loved it. So I want to talk about stuff like that. But I might make a separate channel for a lot of, like, if I want to talk about other stuff that's not K or J pop related, but goes beyond that. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't have, like, I'm my own, I'm a one man show. I film, I edit, and all that stuff. I do all of the stuff myself. So I don't know if two channels is wise for someone like me. Um, yeah, I don't know about that. Mm. Life is so beautiful. We need to thank God for our, excuse me. Life is so beautiful. We need to thank God for our birth as humans, to enjoy God's beautiful creation. So at the end, so at the end of the, so at the end, as well as the end of our life. Okay. Um, the only thing we need to look for is Did we? Hmm. Did we live as humans? Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree with that. So, so far, learning Hangul and Korean culture, it's all the same universal rule: respect your elders. Um, hmm. Yes, it is. Hmm. I'm getting ready to explore C R&B. Oh, and J R&B. Oh, let's name a few because different R&B. Oh, interesting. Okay, Deborah. J R&B and C R&B. So Chinese R&B and Japanese R&B. I have not really gotten into Japanese or Chinese R&B. Well, Chinese R&B I think I know a little bit more than Japanese R&B. My younger brother knows a lot about Japanese R&B. Um, there's one artist he talks about a lot named Simba. Yeah, there's a guy named Simba, Japanese. I believe he's an R&B singer, and uh, that was the first person that he introduced me to. Um, I don't know. I might actually know some of it. Spell it. Let me see. I think it's I think that's how it. Hold on. I might have to look this up. I have to look this up. Let's see. I have to look this up. You know what? I wonder if. Oh, gee, camera. Um, can I? Can I? Hold on. Oh, two. Uh, I don't know how to screen share on this thing, but I would like to actually figure that out so that I can. All right, YouTube, you're taking a while. Give me just a sec. I'm gonna find. I want to make sure I'm spelling it right because I'm dyslexic. So yes, I have been told by my father that I am dyslexic. Um, and I thought that was very embarrassing of him to say that in front of that lady that I was signing my name in front of. But at the same time, I found out after that I actually am dyslexic because I will flip letters in my mind when I'm reading. So it's very, very strange. Let me see. I think his name is, let's see, Simba. I hope I spelled that right. Simba. Okay, I think I did spell his name right. So it's, hold on, make sure come on, Google Chrome. Simba. Yes, it's Cimba. Cimba. Simba. I just wanted to make sure because, it could be spelled differently than the Simba that we know. Uh, Now, when I do Prism live streams, which this one is not, I could probably actually play a little bit of the song without any problems. But since it's not, so yeah, it's Simba. So Cimba. But yeah, My brother Dorian, which by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but my brother has a YouTube channel as well. It's called Dorio TV. Let's see. Uh, deal. I think it's E. Uh, Dory. I think that's what it is. Uh, I think it's yeah. The oh no wrong. Sorry. Dory. Oh, TV. I think it is. It's Doreo TV. But yeah, thank you. Going to Spotify to listen to him. I can't remember when Simba came out uh, as an artist. I can't remember what year he debuted, but he's been around for a while, like a long while, and really good singer, I think. Um, my younger brother, he knows a lot about this stuff. In fact, I if when he comes, I'm gonna try to get him in a few of my reaction videos. I think that would be exciting for you guys to meet the baby brother of the family. And um, also, I might I might do a live stream with him in it, and I think that'd be cool. Yeah, he has a YouTube channel called Dorio TV, and uh, he it there's a lot of content on his channel. It's like different kinds of content. It's like not very stable. He's done so many different kinds of content. I think these days he's promoting his music because he's got music. He sings. My brother sings at like clubs and stuff. He sings. He has like original songs that he made that he sings, and he sings in English and in Japanese because he's very fluent in Japanese. So he can sing in English and Japanese. Although um, he he's talented when it comes to like writing songs and stuff. Like he has that talent. I don't know if I said this. My family is very musical. My sister sings, and this would be a perfect time. My sister sings. My younger brother uh, writes songs and raps. He raps. He loves hip hop. He raps and he writes like R&B kind of songs in English and Japanese. And I play the piano and sing. My voice is not doing as well as it used to because I realized that I've damaged my vocal cords by constantly throwing up. Unfortunately, I have a digestive problem, so I need to go and see a doctor about it. I haven't seen a doctor about it quite yet. I have, but and I'll put it this way: I have. Is he on Spotify? I think he. Talking about wait, who Simba or my brother? My brother, I know my brother for a fact is on Spotify. Um, actually, I'm glad my phone is right beside me. I can't remember what his Spotify is called. Uh, well, because my brother sends me like music that he's worked on and stuff, and it's cool that he's doing it. Like it is cool. Okay, Spotify. Let me see. I think this is him again. I think. Uh, wait, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not him. Let me see. Is it? Uh, I'm hoping it's the same name. Dorio. Dorio. is it Dory? That's what they call him in Japan. Dory-chan. Dory-chan. Dory-chan, Dory-kun. I cannot find this boy's Spotify, but he does have one. I think it was a devotional song. Your sister's song. I have listened to it. I remember about. Yeah. She has a music video, and her song is on iTunes. She's taking a vocal break because she's been having vocal trouble lately. So definitely uh, pray for her because she's not able to sing uh, like she used to, and she's trying to like recover her vocals. She lost her voice, and then it went from losing her voice to there being something wrong. Like there's something building up on her vocal cords. It's not like something that she needs surgery for, but it's I think it's just something that needs to get healed with time. But I'm hoping that it's not going to be a lot of time before she is completely recovered from that. But at the same time, just like definitely keep her in prayer because the song that she wrote, "Please You," is a part of uh, an EP that she's coming out with, and she hasn't recorded all the songs, but a lot of them. Well, I'll put it this way: 3 of them are. One of them's recorded already, which is "Please You," but then there's like 2 or 3 others that are in the process of recording that I've heard that she's let me hear. Then there are a few other songs that she wants to add as well. So I'm looking forward to the EP, but at the moment she's not physically able to sing. So we'll pray more for. Thank you, Kylie. But yeah, it is a devotional song, and yeah, Kylie, you have heard it. I remember. I think I sent the link in the Discord back in the day when I was a mod, and I let you guys hear it. I don't know if you were I don't know if you were part of the channel or not at that time. What is her name? So that I can Raven. Raven is her name. Funny enough, because we live in Baltimore, we were born here in Baltimore, and Baltimore football team is the Ravens. So it was kind of funny that they named her Raven. But yeah, pray for Raven. I actually put oil on her neck and prayed for her myself a couple nights ago. Me and my mom. So we prayed for her already, and but I think the more prayer, the more power, right? So definitely pray for her so she can recover her voice. She's supposed to be going to Italy um, to sing with this group that she goes with. Just about every year, she goes to Italy in December during Christmas time because that's when all the joyful stuff happens, right? So she goes to Italy, and she was contemplating not going, and I was just like, "No, Raven, go, like have fun, enjoy Italy. Don't worry about the fact that you can't like sing like to your full capacity right now. Like just go." So she's going to Italy, and I'm hoping she'll be completely recovered by then. But it's not that far away. Like this is almost October. It's literally the 30th of September. October is like literally around the corner, which means I'll be dressing up in my Jedi costume very soon. I have a Jedi costume. I'm gonna dress up in it for a reaction video, and I might do a live stream with it on the Halloween time. And I'll make my lights purple and orange or something. Uh, I don't necessarily celebrate Halloween, but I've always wanted to like dress up. I don't like we don't do that, so I wanted to dress up. Plus, there are people in my community that probably do celebrate Halloween, and guess what? I want to celebrate the dressing up aspect of it with them. You know, I just mm, but yeah, I am looking forward to a time when I will be able to do live streams fully with like everyone here. But I want to say to you guys that are here, I greatly appreciate y'all for being here in this live stream. As I said numerous times during this live stream, that it has been a stressful week for me. Um, and I've been dealing with a lot of stuff and trying to think. Um, Power and blessings come through sincere prayers with love. Yes, we'll be praying. Thank you. Thank you, Kylie. But I have been dealing with a lot of stress this week. Um, a lot of things that I can't really go into, but um, things that I can go into is that this channel needs to shift into more positive content, not just reactions, but like more positive, uplifting inspiration with a K-pop sense to it. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do, and inspire you guys and inspire other people as well with my channel. Because I don't want to just put out content just because, oh, something controversial happened, let me talk about it. Ooh, something bad happened in the industry, let me talk about it. Ooh, the company did something stupid again, let's talk about it. Like I don't want to keep doing that over and over and over and over and over again. It becomes repetitive. Ultimately, it becomes also boring to constantly do that kind of content. Like for some people to listen to it, because some people love drama. Like, let's be clear, some people love drama. Um, but I don't really talk about the drama stuff for the sake of the drama. I talk about it because I want to give my take that netizens need to like stop doing stuff like this. Like I'm trying to tell people to stop and like be better. That's my point of talking about it. But it's not that I'm giving up on netizens or anything. I just feel like me constantly talking about how people need to do better is not going to help people do better. It's not. Because guess what? After I'm done with my video talking about how people need to do better, we're going to end up right back here again. Because in K-pop, the news about toxic stuff in K-pop comes every day. Every day something's happening. Every day. Am I going to like make news videos on all of it and give my take on all of it? By now everybody knows my take on most of this stuff. It's not even a surprise. That's why I haven't done the Vicha video yet. I was supposed to have done it last week, or it might have been this week. And I just could not focus. I could not focus, guys. Really. I was so stressed and I was so tired of doing that kind of content. I could not focus at all. I was supposed to do the Namjoon thing, and I did film it, but it was so incoherent. I'm like editing the video going, this does not sound right. I don't sound like I'm making any sense at all. And my brain was like, when I was filming it, my brain was just going it everywhere. I was not settled in that. It was just so blah. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to put myself through this and be like, well, I'm just going to keep editing and see if I can figure it out how to like fix it. And I don't feel like doing all that. I don't. So I stopped. Took a break from YouTube because I think that's what I really needed. was a week to just stop. And everybody needs it. Like when you're working and you're at a job or whatever, eventually you want to take a vacation, you want to go on a trip, you want to do something other than working, to relieve your stress and all that stuff. So that's what you do. That's what I did. And guess what? Unlike people that actually have a job where they get paid, I don't get paid for YouTube. So um, the only thing I get paid in is subscriptions and clicks and views. That's it. Nothing wrong with it, but because the channel grows and that's a good thing. But not like the chit chatting scan. Not wait. Let me go back. Not like the chit chatting, scandaling, goose gossiping. Yeah. Right, exactly. And we are gonna be with you, bro. Let's have a positive. Yes, I want to have a positive journey. It's okay to talk about and move on. It's always something negative. Those guys being grown men, and I love it when yeah, yeah, and that's how I feel about it, honestly. Like I just, although I will make a video talking about the Taman and Key thing because I want to give my take. I think that's the point of why I make the videos is to just simply give my take. And I think I get so hung up on trying to report the news, I, which I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it, but I want to give my take. And that my take does not always require me to read everything about the news in order to do that. But I do it so that people don't comment in my comment section saying, well, you don't know the story, assuming that because they don't like what I said. So they say, well, you don't know the story and you're getting your information from the media and stuff like that. And instead of what really happened. Well, guess what? Nobody really knows what happens half the time. When a company like the whole Belmhan. I don't know if you guys know who Belmhan is. He was a trainee in FM entertainment, and Belmhan left the entertainment, and it was a mutual agreement. He said it was a mutual agreement, and he said I think he woke up the next morning and saw the statement that FM Entertainment put out, and what they said was totally contradicting to a degree. They put out something that was not truthful, basically, to what had happened and why he left the company. And he said he was hurt by that because you know they thought they ended everything on good terms. Um, if he hadn't said that, we would not have known what really happened because we know that companies when they put out statements half the time it's not really true. It's not the media that is like false all the time. The media is not always false when it comes to K-pop news. No, no. Is the media sometimes from the perspective of someone else who's like receiving the information? Sure, sure, but not always is it um, misleading. If a media outlet, a news media outlet, puts out a statement that a company made, that's actually a true statement of true documentation of what the company said. How is that false information that the media is giving me? They're not giving me false information. They're giving me the information that they got from the company making the statement. It's not false. Or if an artist says something, well, no, the media is wrong. It was alleged that he said it. Okay, well, guess what? I looked at 3 or 4 news media outlets talking about it, and none of them said that it was alleged. So how is it that you know? Like people act like they know these idols so much so that they're in their house or something. They know what they're talking about exactly, or they know exactly what happened, or they were at the company and they know exactly what happened. Which is, eh. How long have we been on? How long have we been on? What is the time? I'm not, it's way past an hour. I'm sure we've been on for a while. We've been on for a while. 2 hours. Okay, it's been 2 hours. I think I will end the live stream here, guys. Oh wait, what's it say? Giving your take is what I enjoy. They did the same thing. Baekhyun, not stating facts about him. Yes, Shannon Jumin. Yes, exactly. And that's why I wanted to make that video, was because I wanted to give my take on the whole thing, not because I was drama seeking, but because I wanted to give my take honestly on the whole CBX lawsuit thing, because it was a very big deal. EXO has been around and have been a group for a long time, and not one Korean member filed a lawsuit in all those years. It was always the Chinese members. So it was a big deal that 3 members from a major K-pop group, from a major company, were filing lawsuits simultaneously. That was a big deal. And the only reason why I stopped reporting on the Hybe Cacao SM thing was because the waters were getting too murky, and there was at that point too much speculation and about like what was going on. There was no definitive news about what really was happening, and yes, news was coming out, but it was like a lot of it, in that sense, was very speculatory from the media out like aspect of it. So I was like, well, we're not going to know what happens until it happens. So I'm just going to stop reporting on it and wait and see what happens. So I stopped reporting on it. And I think I made the right call there, because I'm not going to give you guys false information. I refuse to give my viewers false information. And of course, I could have made a video speculating what I think will happen, because guess what? It's okay if I'm right or wrong. If I'm speculating and giving you guys my honest speculations, but if I'm like reporting on factual information and I'm telling you stuff that's not factual, or I'm helping in the spreading of misinformation because the media wanted, I don't want to be a part of that. But yeah, but that's why I did the CBX thing, was because it it was a big deal, and I wanted to talk about it because it was just like, whoa, Baekhyun, Chen, Jumin, I love those guys, and like they're justifiably upset about something that SM has been known to do with their artists, and it is the first. These are the first. It's the first time that that EXO members who are Korean file lawsuits. It's like history repeating itself. The 3 Chinese members filed lawsuits and left, and now the 3 CBX members filed lawsuit left. And by the way, yes, I do believe they are going to leave the company. Those 3, and I'm speculating, guys, that all 3 of them, because Baekhyun is working on. Funny, because here's the thing: they want to talk about how, oh, you don't spread misinformation. Baekhyun, SM refuted the claims at one point, if I'm not mistaken, refuted the claims of Baekhyun having a company or establishing a company. Then Baekhyun comes out and says himself, yes, I am establishing a company. So who's misinforming who? It's not the media. That was the company at that point, trying to misinform us of what's really going on. right? But anyway, that's just a whole nother rant. I do think that they are all going to go to Beckin's company probably, and get better management. And I've heard that Casper, one of the choreographers, dance choreographers, Casper is going with Beckin, is what I've heard. I think Beckin himself stated that. So eventually, Chan, Jumin, and Beckin will leave. Not all at once. It'll be like intervals. It'll be Beckin might leave first, and then Chen, and then Jumin, however, what order they're supposed to leave. Um, and that'll be that. But yeah, they're gonna leave, and I think that eventually all of the EXO members are gonna leave SM. I think they're all going to leave because I still feel, and this is, of course, is my honest speculatory thoughts, but I have seen how SM promotes other groups in their company that are newer as opposed to EXO. Even Shiny, who came out before EXO, gets better promotions as a group, better promo than EXO. Okay, that's what I've seen. It's like all of a sudden SM just doesn't believe in EXO anymore or something. I don't get that. EXO was like EXO was Korea's choice as a K-pop group to represent them on a global scale. BTS, of course, became the global K-pop group, but EXO is Korea's choice when it comes to ambassadorship, I guess you could say. Um, okay, well, let me rephrase that. Let me phrase that. Not ambassadorship, but more like just Korea's pick when it comes to Korea. I'll put it that way. BTS is like the global one. EXO is like Korea's top big, or at least was. I don't know if they still are. But somehow things didn't work out, and SM doesn't view them that way anymore, which is sad. Sad. But yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I was supposed to be reporting on the EXO news too. I said that a month ago. I think I haven't done it yet. Haven't done it yet. I don't know if I'm going to do it anytime soon or not. And at this point, it's kind of irrelevant. But all I was going to do it for was to just say that I've been telling y'all that I feel like SM is like not caring about EXO anymore. Beckin stated that himself. Beckin contract is up in January. Yes, I think Chen's is up first, and is up first. You mean is next? EXO is to be their bread and butter. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. When EXO, because here's the thing. I don't know if I can listen to EXO without Beckin, Jumin, and Chen. It's like EXO's been. I'm about to take my glasses off because I'm about to get real. About to get real up in here. Because y'all don't know, I love EXO. I love me some EXO. Every member, down to the fact that it was all 12 members at one point, and the to see how EXO is unfolding as a group, and to see the members gradually leaving one by one by one by one by one. It doesn't help. It doesn't help SM at all. And when they all leave, that's a huge chunk of money. Whether SM wants to admit it or not, that's a huge chunk of money gone. Huge chunk of money gone. Becky and Jimin and Chen leaving is already bad enough. I think the fandom will still pull through for EXO, but not with the same intensity. because momentum has been taken out of the group. Momentum has been taken out of the group when you get rid of three members, or three members decide to leave because of malpractice when it comes to contractual malpractice, whatever. The momentum of a fandom can drop. Okay, this is actually worse than BTS going to the military and then coming back in 2025. Momentum dropping. That's no, because guess what? They're all renewed their contracts. They're all going to come back in 2025 as a group. Nothing's lost. EXO, they've lost a lot. Like I still believe that the best time that EXO ever had was with all 12 members, and we see how the Chinese members were treated, and history repeats itself again, except with the Korean members, and that's how you know that things are going AWOL. I'm an XOL and I will be lost without all of them together. Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel, Deborah. That's exactly how I feel. I am a hard XOL. I love XO. I've I've been an XOL since 2012. I love those guys. They're the ones that got me to understand how powerful K-pop is as a genre. They're the ones who solidified me as like, okay, I'm in it. I'm in it now. If this is the kind of music we're getting in the long haul, I'm down. EXO did that. Shiny got me introduced to K-pop and got me hip to it. But EXO planted my feet firmly in K-pop genre. I am totally 1000% XOL. And so, with the further declining of EXO's membership in SM, I just, and the members are going to feel it. They're going to feel it, and the company's going to feel it even more. It's just like at that point, you may as well just have EXO do individual activities until they all leave. And the one thing that I do have hope for is that something that Kai said years ago is that like even when we retire or even when we disband, I want us to always be EXO. Like we'll always be EXO. I believe that when they leave, because I know that the others have. I think the other members renewed their contract, but Beck and Jimmy and Shin were like, no, or they renew their contracts, but they are getting them terminated in their in the respective time. Um, but I do believe that all the EXO members are going to eventually leave, and they're going to become EXO. But of course, they're probably not going to have the name EXO. I don't know, but they are going to remain together because and I think one of the most heartbreaking things about EXO is that for years they haven't been able to talk about what happened to the 12 members and like their thoughts and their feelings on it. Except for Happy Camp, but Happy Camp was like, let's talk about quickly what happened, or let's show this video with you guys talking like in code a little bit, like slightly about what happened when Chris left, blah blah blah. But it's like Luhan left after that, and then Tao left after that. So it's like, and then Lay's contract ended, and of course Lay's not renewing it because he's doing so much better in China. Why would he renew it? Why would he? And good for him. Good for him. But I just and also I'm sorry. I'm a little bitter because like Lay didn't get a lot of lines when he was in EXO. They treated Lay as if he was just like a secondary singer. And I think if anything proves he's not, The last mini album that they did with him, Don't Fight the Feeling, should prove that he's not. His voice has actually improved so much. And his voice was never really bad. Personally, I liked his voice more than Luhan, but I still like Luhan's voice. I they didn't give the Chinese members the shine that they deserved. And that's my complaint. I have way more complaints about it than that, but it goes deeper. My head looks so dirty. God, what happened? Anyway, but that's my complaint about that. I wish that EXO had gotten their fair shine. Uh, XOM and XOK respectively. They had a good concept. They just didn't. SM. SM. What can I say? But yeah, I just don't know if I would be able to listen to EXO anymore. Belay still says that he's EXO. They treat him like a bad. Yeah, yeah. See, because Lay knows that the company's trash, but the members are the people that he cares about, and they're the ones that like he considers family. And yes, he is still EXO. Um, he is still EXO, and technically, I always think of Luhan and Tao as EXO too. Chris, again, there's stuff going on with Chris, and I just again, like people are speculating as to why he left in such a hurry when he because the group didn't find out that he left by him. They found out that he left by the media saying that. So it's like he left in a hurry, and we don't know why. And what they're saying about him leaving could be true, but it's too speculatory. I don't want to dabble into um, what was speculated about him leaving. But it is sad. I wish that that did not happen. I wish that Chris uh, did not do any of that stuff. But here we are. Again, doesn't mean I don't love Chris. I still love Chris. My respect for him is Wayne is if he was accused and he did do some of the stuff that was accused. It's my understanding, but um, yeah, yeah. But Chris was a bad boy. He was. My respect for him is very very low. It's next to nothing at this point. I have little to no respect for him. But I love him. I love the guy with the love of the Lord. But no, I genuinely love him. But I just he it's sad that that's where he ended up. But um, and with every choice a consequence, right? But yeah, even if Chris didn't come back, Luhan and Tao, I miss Luhan and Tao. I miss Chris too, but you know, eh. I miss them all being together. That's what I miss, and that they're not together because SM. Well, I mean, whatever. Chris probably wasn't. It was probably Chris at that. What he left on justifiable reasons. I know as far as the company, but some of that stuff was probably him too. Him doing stuff he shouldn't have been doing, which is why I think he left in such a hurry. But again, that's speculatory. Um, what I do think more than anything is that I missed the 12. I missed the concept. Whole tree of life thing, 12 forces, two different worlds that are just alike, similar, but distinct. And I miss that. and we don't have that anymore. We haven't had it for a long time. EXO still has their powers, but it's like, what's the point of having the powers when the 12 forces are gone? Like, just get rid of it. But um, they had to have something interesting about the group for people to enjoy them, so they kept the powers in. Oh, that's yeah, yeah. That's they honestly, yeah. That's what I think too. Is that he got a big head. He got very big headed. Um, with everything that was going on, that's the thing. A lot of people, a lot of people probably think that the big headedness started when he was in EXA, and that he left because he was doing stuff that he thought he could get away with, and so when he realized that he might actually get in trouble, he dipped real fast. He wasn't in the dorm. He was nowhere to be found. Went back to China, whatever. And some people claim that he was running away from a problem that he caused. But I don't know about that. I think the big headedness started when he left and became big in China. When he left and became big in China, I think that was when the problem really started because that's when the accusations came out. I can't. I don't. There's no. I don't. There's no truth to what people are might think about what he might have done in Korea. But there are accusations that go back to I think China. I don't know if there are in Korea. I don't think there are that I know of. I think the majority of the accusations came from China and that's when I think when he got a big head. He was on the Triple X, the latest Triple X movie. He did the song "I Got the Sauce" for that movie. He was a big deal. I think he was the most famous out of Luhan and Tao and Chris. He was the most famous, and I think Lay was like a close second because Lay's a big deal. Lay is a big deal in China. So, um, but yeah, I think the same. Well, allegedly, with regards to what people are speculating Chris did in Korea, that prompted him to leave so suddenly. Because yeah, he did file a lawsuit and all that stuff for ill treatment and all that. But why did he leave? Because the EXO members had said that when they woke up, Chris was gone. Like he didn't say nothing to nobody, and people are speculating that he did some stuff to some girls in Korea, and he was dipping and leaving because of something he might have done. I don't know if that's true. I have no proof of that. That's why I'm like saying allegedly. I don't know. I don't know. Like you leave and don't say goodbye to the members. They already know that you filed a lawsuit. You didn't have to leave that like that. No goodbye, no nothing. You just dipped. That's why the members felt so betrayed because Chris didn't say anything. They found out by the media saying that he left. So the fact that he left in a hurry like that leads me to think some stuff. Yes, in Korea, allegedly, yeah. In China, it's not alleged. In China, there are like actual documentation of people coming forward saying that Chris did stuff. So yeah, that's not alleged. That's facts. That's just facts. Um, so yeah. unfortunate, but I think that's it. I think that's all I want to talk about. Was that well, we talked about more than what I thought we were going to talk about, so that's good. I think that's the thing that I love the most about doing live streams. At least now, even if there's only 3 or 4 people here, at least I'm not talking to myself, and I have like people to like help with conversation. So I appreciate that a lot. So thank you for everyone who participated in the live stream. I really appreciate that. You enjoy the rest of your day and left. Yeah, I will. I will. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day too, Deborah. Uh, I am. I feel a little bit better now that I've talked to you guys. Um, I do. I feel a little bit better, and I'm gonna take tomorrow. I'm gonna film, and I'm gonna edit in the same day to try to at least get a video out for Monday. Start the week off right. So I'm gonna film on Sunday tomorrow, and I'm going to edit on the same day and get a video out. And there's a lot of new stuff. I'm trying to get back to EXO and Monster X and stuff that I've been doing, but and JO1. But there's a lot of new stuff. I'm going to always support you. Thank you, Deborah. You have no idea how much that those words mean to me. So I really appreciate it because like people in YouTube, people come and go, but that you're here to support me is it means a lot. So I really appreciate that. Really grateful for that. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that for Sunday. I'm gonna film, and I'm going to uh, give you guys some content for the week, and start with a clear mind and some energy and power, and keep it pushing. So that's the plan. And there's, like I said, there's new stuff, so I'm going to be reacting to that. I found new videos. My boy Leo did come out with a single. I'm going to react to it this week, tomorrow. So look forward to that. I'm excited. I can't just support my boy Leo in just word. I gotta support him in deed too. So I'm definitely gonna watch the video that he has, the MV, and support my boy on my channel. I think that's the best way I can do that is support him on my channel and get people excited for Leo being back. I'm probably gonna spill all of my um, proverbial guts about how much I am proud of Leo for bouncing back after the cancel culture mob tried to like destroy him um, over something stupid. So yeah, I'm probably going to do that. Hopefully, it's not too long of a video. I'm trying to keep my videos short because it's harder to edit and get video content out when I have a video that's like over 20 something minutes long. It's a nightmare. But yeah, I'm going to do that. And with that said, that ends this live stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you. Uh, check out Gemini. I love him. He's really who's Gemini? I've heard of Gemini. Gemini. I will check him out. I will check him out. I've heard of Gemini, but I can't quite place who Gemini is. I've heard him. I've heard of his name at least. I've heard of his name, but I will check him out. And yeah, I need to give some solo artists some love too. I think um, I am. Before I end, I do need to say this. I do need to say this. Okay, in the unlikely event that my channel um, falls on like hard times, and by hard times I mean like if YouTube or whatever deems my reaction videos as something that has to be taken off my channel for whatever reason, like if the copyright owners decide to change their minds and not allow me to use their content, and they just take my videos off, I do have a Patreon that I have opened, and I'm transferring all my videos, reaction videos, including ones that you guys have not seen, because those videos got blocked. Transferring them all to Patreon, so I'm going to have a Patreon account for reactions. And if that's the case, in an unlikely event that happens, that's what that's for. And then my YouTube channel will just become K-pop information and K-pop stuff, lore and K-pop. All it's like K. It still be K-pop. It just won't be reactions. But that's in the unlikely event that takes place. Um, but at the same time, I don't really feel right having Patreon monetized for you for people. Um, at least not with that kind of content. Reactions is like commonplace. So I want to. You will join. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Um, it's like I might monetize it, but it's not going to be for a lot of money at all. It's like maybe $1 or something like that. Because I don't think, unless I'm giving, because I do want to do podcasts or whatever, and in that case, it'll be exclusive podcasts to just Patreon supporters. I want to have exclusive content that's more than just reactions on Patreon. So it's definitely going to be more stuff, and I'm going to be asking a lot for Patreon supporters' input on content. Only Patreon supporters will have a right to that, because I need some ideas, things that you guys would be interested in, and of course, there's that. Like I said, I unlocked the donation thing, and I think YouTube partnership is something you have to unlock as well as YouTube membership. I'll put it that way. Only thing about donating on YouTube is that like YouTube takes 30 to 40% of it, which I hate. So it's like if you wanted to send me whatever money, like 50, but I'm not saying that you need to, but if like example, if you wanted to send $50, they'll take 30 to 40% of it, which is terrible. I mean, I get it. YouTube has to make money, but my God, 30 to 40%. I know I used to donate to all of my favorite YouTubers in the past. I was one of the primary donating people. I know, and I didn't realize that they were taking that much percentage, and I wanted the guy to get all the money that I was sending them, and I did not like the fact that YouTube was taking so much. So I went to I think they had Streamlabs or StreamYard. I have Streamlabs, I think, but I'm not really worried about it right now. Not really worried about it right now. Not right now. I'm not thinking about money right now. But yes, I'm going to, of course, eventually segue into like the financial aspect of it, just so that I can improve the channel. And I have ideas for what I want to do with the channel. I really want to make this channel a positive place. And as the Moonlight community grows, there's going to be a merch store. There's going to be all that stuff. Moonlight merch. All that good stuff. I want to do that. But in order to do that, I have to have money to do that. So I will be doing that. I'll be doing that in the future. Not right now, but in the future. Moonlight merch, and I have a lot of ideas for what I want, where I want this to go, and ideas that nobody has done. Like I have ideas. Um, I have so many ideas, but yes, all of that will come in time. I'm not worried about it right now. Not right now. I always say this. Um, Anybody who is getting into YouTube, if you're getting into it because you want fame, or if you're getting into it because you want to be noticed, you want to be a public figure, or you like for fame reasons, you probably shouldn't do YouTube. If you're doing it because you want to get paid, you probably shouldn't do it either for that, because money doesn't come automatically with YouTube, and even so, it depends on like how big of a how good is your content, and how much does that content that you're creating separate you from every other content creator who does the same thing? Because that's what people are looking for. They're looking for the difference. They're looking for the nuance. They're looking for that factor that you have that another K-pop channel doesn't have. That's what makes your channel unique, and that's what will cause people to want to invest in your channel, invest in your brand or whatever. So that's what I uh, have been thinking about as well. Um, Thankfully, my head was not in the clouds when it came to starting YouTube. Thankfully, I was not thinking about wanting to be famous. In fact, I didn't. That was one reason why I didn't want to do YouTube to begin with, because people are gonna. I don't want people to notice me. I'm an introvert. I don't like being noticed much. But I have something to say. That's why I started YouTube, because I have something to say. And it's not so much that I want people to see me, but yes, there is a level of um, yes, I want people to notice me so that they can hear my words, not so much so they can see me and be like, ooh, you know, celebrity. I don't want now. No. At the end of the day, we're not trying to get, what did you say, Deborah? Big head? What Chris had, a big head. Pride comes before the fall, and I don't want to be prideful. And when everything happens, and monetary stuff comes in, and things like that happen for the channel, and I'm able to give you guys more than just content, like merchandise and things like that, build up the channel to where it can actually, I can give you guys more. I don't want to, I'm not going to, the pride will not be attached to that, is what I'm saying. It will not be a prideful thing. Everything I'm getting is because um, there are people that believe in me, and who support me, like you, and so many other people. Uh, and so that's why I like to do these live streams, is to communicate with you guys, the real audience, my co-stars. You guys, you guys are always here, supporting me. So I want to say thank you, and I love you guys, and have a good rest of the day. Have a good. You will be the first. Oh wow, really? I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Deborah. Thank you. Thank you. Mm. Um, yeah, it means a lot. Um, but yeah, I want to give back to you guys. So that's what this channel is for. And of course, I do want to do charity streams. Like I want to do an annual Shiny Foundation charity stream every year. When that time comes around, Jonghyun's memorial, I want to do that, and give. That's one of my biggest goals, is to get to that point where we can do that, have charity streams for whatever, and because there's a lot of idols that need that help, and Shiny Foundation is there to help those people get that help. Of course, there's other charities that we can, give donate money to as well. Like I said, I want this channel to be a channel for positivity and to not just talk about, oh, Netison do this, Netison's do that. I want to be the change that I want to see. I want to I want this channel to be that. So that's what I want to do. And with you guys' help, I know that it'll get done and it'll be done right and um, it'll it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I really want to do that. There's nothing like being blessed and being able to give, being blessed to the point where you can give back to others. I think that is the best feeling. It's like Christmas, you know. I don't really, as you get older, you don't care about getting presents. You care more about, oh, they're gonna flip when I like when they open the gift that I bought them. Oh, I'm gonna be so happy to see them open the gift that I got for them. That's how I feel. So that's what I want to do for a lot of people. Giveaways, of course, there'll be giveaways. There'll be discounts and things like that for people who are uh, YouTube members to my channel, Patreon supporters, and things like that. Yes, I want. I have, like I said, I have big dreams. I want to start a freaking clothing line or something because I like Asian and European fashion. Of course, it all stems from Europe, but Europe European clothing in certain clothing is not always available to uh, U.S. Asian clothing is more available because there's more websites that sell more different kinds of stuff that European clothing does have, but European clothing is more expensive and Asian clothing is not as expensive, but it's still up there. But I want to let's have fun. Absolutely. And that's what I want. That's what I want, Deborah. Us to have fun. I definitely want that. Let's have fun. Let's have fun helping people and making a difference. Um, if there's any kind of you know way that the channel's going to go on the map or whatever, I would if that's going to happen, if that's the destiny and the trajectory of the channel, I would want it to go on the map for being a generous channel who believes in giving back and stuff like that. So um, yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want to be known for, and that's what I want this channel to be known for, and my Moonlight family to be known for, right? So um, write it all down. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I should write it down and hang it up somewhere in my room so I can always look at it. Yep, I know exactly where I'm gonna put it too. I know exactly where I'm gonna put it. Thank you for that idea. I plan to do that. I'll see it every time I sit down to do my videos. I'm gonna sit it. It's gonna be right here, right here. Um, but yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to do that. I want to do that for you guys. I want to do that for YouTube community. I want to do that for the Shiny Foundation. I want to do that for everybody. Oh, and going back to like the clothing line thing, I um, I noticed that these clothes are not as accessible to US in our size. That's my thing. I love Asian fashion and European fashion and stuff, but a lot of it, at least from the Asian side, is not in our size. It's like, well, I'll order something and it's an extra large, but it's actually not an extra large. It's more like a medium to a small because everything is cut small, and I'm just like, bruh. So the only way I'd probably be able to get my proper fit is if I went to the actual country and bought it, but I don't have the means to do that. So I would like to make a I would like to make a fashion line that's inspired by European and Asian fashion and create that. And maybe I'll have a clothing brand or something. I don't know. But I've thought about it a lot. Y'all know I really love fashion, so I want to give that a go. But of course, that's going to take an investment, and so we'll see how that goes. All of it, future plans. I don't think I've shared that before. Um, a lot of this I haven't shared before. I know I said I was supposed to get off the live. I needed to say all of this so that people will know that there will be, first and foremost, there will be content for next week. Okay, starting Monday, I will try to have a video out on Monday, and I'll work my way through the week. Um, and that's how I'll do it. I've been doing a lot of exercising as well on this week that I've been off, so I haven't been idle. I've been doing exercise. I've been doing push-ups, and I've noticed that I've gotten a little, uh, I guess, buffer because of it. Been doing a lot of push-ups. I've been doing an abdominal workout thing that I've been. I was like, okay, if I do this morning and night like I used to do back in the day, oh, I'm on my way, baby. I'm on my way. Um, but yeah, anyway, that's it. I'm done. I'm done talking. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Kylie, and whoever else joined. I need to. I don't know who else joined, but oh, Jessica. Jessica, you were the first. I think Jessica, you were the first person. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, yep, Gina, Kylie, your first time, Kylie. Thank you for coming. And Deborah, thank you. Everybody, thank you so much for being here on I think the sixth live stream that I've had so far on the channel. I'm going to try to do this more as often as I can spare time. And I think this was a decent time because more people showed up. But we'll see. I really do appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for the support and the love. I do appreciate it. So I will see you guys next week with more content, with more reactions and K-pop and inspiration from Under the Beautiful Moonlight. And until next time, it'll be your boy Aves signing out. Peace. I love you guys. Have an awesome day. Be blessed. Love y'all to the moon and back. And enjoy yourselves, okay? And take time off when you need it. Something that I'm learning. Yep. So, yep, until then, I will see you in the next one. Where's the end button? Sorry, I'm trying to find where it says to stop the live stream. Where am I at? Am I on the wrong page? On the wrong page. Yes, I am. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.